Cricket is a sport that is played by millions and loved by billions of people majorly from South Asia due to British colonial period when people of South Asia start to like cricket, but it's starting to get love from all corners of the globe. Cricket has been played for centuries, with the first international match occurring way back in 1844. From that time, it has continued to develop into the modern game that is played today. Cricket is a baton ball sport that involves two teams with 11 players on each side. The aim of the game is to score more runs than the opposition one player. The bowler bowls a hard leather ball at speeds of up to 150 kilometers per hour as a player from the opposing team, who then attempts to hit it with a bat in order to score runs. Cricket is played on an oval-shaped field, and in the middle of that field is the pitch, which is where most of the action takes place at either end of the pitch. You'll find these things, they're called wickets, they're important, but we'll come back to them shortly. The batting team has two batters at a time in play, whilst the fielding side has all 11 players on the field. A batter has two ways to score. First one, they hit the ball that it crosses the outer boundary of the field. If the ball has bounced, it's worth 4 runs. If it didn't touch the ground and fly of the outer boundary fully, it's worth 6 runs. That is considered as highest score of the game in one ball. Second way is through two batters running the length of the pitch in opposite directions while the fielders are trying to retrieve the ball. One length of the pitch completed equals to 1 run. The aim for the fielding side is to restrict the number of runs scored by the batting side, whilst trying to get the batter out. There are different ways bowling team can out the batter, with the most common being bowled in this. The bowler bowls the ball, but batter misses it, it hits the stumps. Another way is batter hit. The ball fielders catches it before it hits the ground. Most common way is when the batter hits the ball and runs, but the fielding team retrieve the bowl and throw it to the stumps before either batter has reached the other end when a bat is out. Once all the batters are out the sides, swap and the bowling team then have their turn to bat and attempt to overscore the overall set by the first batting team, but conclusion is simple. Whoever score the most run wins the match. But cricket is not as simple as I made it seems. There is a lot of weird rules that comes to form. For example, Duckworth-Lewis or the DLS method is supposed to balance fairness in game. What it really does is turn cricket into mathematics. You were chasing 231, it rained for 42 minutes. Now you need 186 from 24.3 overs. Why? Because of wickets, strike rate, overs lost, and something about run resources. The guy who was playing sensibly is now too slow. The new batter is a DLS superhero. You weren't beaten by a team, you were beaten by a spreadsheet. Another example, power plays. For 6 overs, the fielders must cosplay as statues. Power plays sound weird, like something from an anime. In reality, they're overrated fielding restrictions. For the first 6 overs, only 2 fielders can be outside the circle, so naturally batters go ballistic, trying to score 6s. Then comes the middle overs where nobody scores and fielders magically reappear. Again, power plays don't empower anyone except opening batters with no fear and fast hands. The bowler oversteps the line just barely. The umpire stretches out an arm, meaning something went wrong. Free hit. The batter now has diplomatic immunity. Can't be outcaught, can't be LBW, can't be bowled, well, unless they hit their own stumps, or get run out, or obstruct the field. But aside from all that, total freedom. The bowler, already frustrated, must now serve up a pressure delivery to a batter. Cricket journey to billion-dollar arenas. Cricket has evolved into a global spectacle. Once a colonial pastime, now a religion for billions of cricket fans. And today it stands proud as it has become the second biggest watched sport on earth, right after football. Thanks for watching.